Did you know that the digital product market is supposed to reach over $400 billion in 2024? That's freaking huge. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Delana, your go-to online business manager. Your go-to online business manager. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Delana, your go-to online business manager and tech specialist. Today we are diving into a topic that is a game changer for online business. Digital products. Now you might have seen in some of my more recent videos from the last couple of weeks that I touched on digital products as they relate to creating and selling inside of ConvertKit. But now I want to dive into kind of a broader spectrum of digital products because they really go obviously far beyond ConvertKit. It's just one tool. So I want to kind of share a little bit more about how you can create them, what they are, how they can help your business, and why they are obviously absolute game changers. So grab your coffee and let's get started. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with my hair today. First things first, what exactly are digital products? Basically, a digital product is just something that you create digitally that you can sell over and over and over again in your business without having to recreate it or manually send it out to people. It just kind of, once you've set up that first piece and you've created the product and then you sell it on you can sell it on autopilot without having to really touch it too much again after you've initially got it set up. And the reason why these are so important for online business is because the reality is you only have so many hours in a day, right? And so if you're working with one-on-one clients, then you can ultimately only take on so many at a time because you want to have a life outside of your business. Which, while even though you can obviously increase your prices so that you can earn more income while you're working with these clients, you ultimately are somewhat at a cap with one-on-one clients because you can only have so many at a time. Digital products allow you to kind of take what you know and maybe even what you work on with these one-on-one clients. You could take this information and put it into a digital product, sell it to more people than you would be able to work with one-on-one, allowing you to increase your income without having to spend a whole lot more time at work. In the online business space, that can look like ebooks, courses, templates, maybe software if that's your thing. And we'll dive more into that in the next video of like what exactly you can create and kind of how you can lay that out. Those are just some ideas to get you started, but really it can be pretty much anything that you can think of that you can either create a file that you can share or you can give some sort of access to it, like a course. Another great thing about digital products is they can be delivered instantly, right? We all live in this world of instant gratification. I know I am guilty of wanting something the second I order it. So that's a great thing about digital products is once somebody has purchased it from you, you can have an automation setup that delivers it to them right away and you don't even have to do anything else with it. It's also great because you don't have to worry about shipping or storage because who has time for that? Like I just kind of mentioned, some of my favorite digital products are templates. I love a good template. And also digital courses because sometimes you need to learn something new maybe for your business, but you don't have the time or maybe the funds to invest in a one-on-one situation, whether that's somebody to help you work on something in your business or a coach. So if they have a digital product that can kind of get you to that next step, then that is a great way to go because it helps you and it helps them. It lets you reach more people, which is ultimately what we're all here for, right? Sharing our gifts with as many people as possible. Right, Oaks? Yeah. Now, why are digital products so important for online businesses? Well, for starters, they offer a really high profit margin because once you've created the product, you can sell it over and over and over again. And there's really very few overhead costs, right? Like you might need to pay for a platform to sell it. There will be some fees associated with making sales, like through Stripe or wherever. That's just, it is what it is. So there's going to be those kind of things. Maybe you need to pay for a design platform like Canva so you can make your PDFs, something like that, right? But okay, now we're looking at, maybe $13 a month for Canva and maybe $30 a month for ConvertKit or somewhere to sell it. Or if you want to jump ahead a little bit, you can get ThriveCart. That one's a few $100s, but it's only one time. Most of the time, it's only a one-time payment. So there's different options here. And it's like once you've maybe sold one or two, you've probably made back those minor investments, right? So there's very little overhead. You don't have to keep buying supplies. You don't have to keep buying shipping materials. You don't have to pay for shipping. So there's a very low cost, a low barrier to entry cost-wise to get into selling digital products, which is fantastic. In case I haven't mentioned it already, it's also great because you can sell it unlimited number of times without having to, again, recreate it. So if you're trying to make a physical product, somebody orders it and you make it and you ship it out, and then somebody else orders it, you have to make it again and ship it out. And digital products, you just don't have to do that. You make it once, you put it on your sales platform, and you have to market it. Okay, it's not completely hands off after you've created it, but every time you sell one, you don't have to touch it to get it into the hands of your new customer. Digital products can also help you establish authority, right? Because if people know you as the go-to person for ClickUp templates or Notion templates or Squarespace templates or whatever it is that you're selling, then it's going to make them more apt to buy from you and more apt to come from you and more to come to you for help with something, something that they're working on, and also more likely to share your name when somebody else that they know is needing support with this thing, right? So it makes you an authority in what you do when people know that they can come to you for these digital products for support. When you offer that valuable content, you build trust with your audience, right? They start to know that you know what you're talking about, and therefore are more likely, did I just say this? And therefore are more likely to share your name and keep returning when they need additional information about that thing that you do, that thing you do. Now comes the money question. No, actually the money question. How can digital products boost your revenue? Because that's ultimately what we're all in business for, right? Granted, we are here, don't get me wrong, we are here to help people, right? Service comes first. But let's be honest, if we're not making a revenue, it makes it really hard to help more people, right? You have to be able to live in order to be able to help people, right? And digital products can help you build your revenue, kind of like what I mentioned at the beginning, where you can support more people than you can simply with one-on-one offers. You know how everybody says Taylor Swift has the same 24 hours in a day as the rest of us? Scientifically, it's true, but let's be real. She has a giant team, right? And they help her with all of the things that she accomplishes all the time, right? She's a mastermind, okay? But she's not doing it by herself, right? A lot of us are solopreneurs. We're doing this by ourselves. So we need to go about things a little bit differently sometimes, right? And we can't make all of our income based from one-on-ones because we also have lives outside of work. Okay, and if you keep trying to only do one-on-ones, you're going to have to charge through the moon, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But in order to create an income that is sustainable and life-changing, we've got to have other forms of income that are not just based on our time, right? Something that's not just based on how much time I spend with a client, how much time I've worked with the client, how many projects I take on the side, okay? Because all of those things, for example, take up my time, and it's the same for you, right? So I need that other thing on the side that's kind of making some money in the back end, okay? Maybe it's not as much as a one-on-one service, right? But it's still something that's there that's generating some money on the side that I don't have to touch every time I make a sale. Another thing you can do with digital products is bundle them with your services. Now, I'm not saying that in a way to backtrack what I just said, but they can also be used with your services to provide more value. So if you're a coach, you could offer an ebook or a set of templates as a part of your coaching package, which could help bring more people into your one-to-one offers as well. Another option is if you have a group coaching program that comes with materials, maybe some videos or some workbooks, you could take those and bundle them up and sell them at a lesser cost than the group coaching program, but still gives people the same results. They're just kind of doing it on their own instead. That makes you money on the side while you're supporting your coaching group people over here. So how do you get started with digital products? I've already mentioned that my next video is going to be about the different types of digital products and a rundown of how you can create them. But let's dive into it just a smidge right now. Why wait? Why wait, right? Instant gratification. So here's a few ideas to kind of get brainstorming what your digital products might be. The first one is think about your niche. What are they passionate about and what do they need? What do you already support them with? And how can you take a piece of that and put it into an ebook or a mini course or a big course, a template, something like that you can sell to them that they can use to get them to the next level of the transformation that you support them with. Number 2, focus on creating valuable content. You want to focus on solving a problem for your audience. Depending on the type of digital product you're thinking about making, it might be the ultimate overarching problem solve that you offer, or it could just be a little piece of it. If you're doing the whole thing, I would do maybe a full course. That would be, maybe a couple $1,000s. But if you want to start small or just start with small changes for your audience so they don't get overwhelmed, take the first step Take the first step of your big overarching transformation and turn that into a digital product, whatever that might look like for you and your audience. Next thing you're going to want to do is choose a platform. How are you going to sell it? Okay. My favorites are, I love ConvertKit. I love ThriveCart. ThriveCart has a whole learn section. If you invest in ThriveCart, you get checkout pages, which is what they're known for, but you also get a whole learn section, so you can actually just build courses in there. And what I really like about it is it's a one-time payment instead of a monthly payment. I've also used Podio, which is really simple to use, and I liked it a lot, but it had that monthly fee. And so when I found ThriveCart and they didn't have the monthly fee, I went that way. It was more expensive up front, but definitely is nice to not have to worry about that anymore, and I can still keep using it to generate income. But Squarespace also now has a way to sell and deliver digital products, including courses. There's tons of options out there. If you're not sure which one's right for you, comment below, ask me about them, and I will give you my 2 cents on the different options because there's so many. I probably tested them all out at some point. And then you've got to market your product. So remember how I said it's mostly hands-off, but you do still have to do a little bit of work after it's done? Yeah, the marketing is the work that you have to do after it's done. Now you can set up something passive like a sales funnel, but you've still, even if you've got that and it's working for you, you still got to monitor it to make sure that it continues to work for you and maybe doesn't need tweaks. But other than maybe having a sales funnel set up, you're still gonna have to market it. You have to tell people that your product exists, otherwise they won't know to come buy it. It's not an if you build it, they will come situation. It would be nice if it was, but it's not. So you've got to you've got to continue to do a little bit of work. But again, it's the nice thing is that you don't have to create it every time somebody purchases it. And I want you to stay tuned for the rest of this series. This is going to be a whole 5 to 6 video series on digital products, and I'm going to deep dive into each one of those steps in the videos coming up. So I want to make sure that you come back and check those out. In the meantime, however, I do have a free guide for you on creating digital products. It is a product planning template that you can download to kind of start brainstorming what your digital product is going to be. You can get the link for it down in the description, where links live, right? That's where they all are. You can also go to delanasimmons.com/digital product to access your copy. Remember, the key with digital products is to start small and scale with your audience as you gain more experience and feedback from your audience, okay? Make sure that you're making the products that they want. Make sure you're making the products that they want. Because if you make products and your audience, it's not what they want, then they're not gonna purchase them. Okay, and you'll have wasted your time making the products, okay? So make sure you make the products that they want. Do I need to say it again? That's it for today's video on digital products. I hope you found this helpful and are excited to start creating your own. If you have any questions about digital products, be sure to drop them in the comments so I can support you. Remember, you can download your free product guide. The link is in the comments. And if you're looking for more content to watch, be sure to check out the videos popping up on your screen. And I will see you next time, my friends. Bye.